Morning, Laguna Woods. It's another great day, and I have another great guest. I'm so excited about this day. And this is Phyllis Heflin, and Phyllis has been a part of. Well, you've been a part of Saddleback Church.
Long time.
Yes,
I wouldn't miss it.
How long?
No.
Do you have any
I don't
idea?
even know how many years.
Okay, well, a long time. A long time. But today we're actually talking about one of your ministries, which is Christian Women's Club, that was you helped start, or you started in what was then Leisure World back, what, how many?
40 years ago.
40 years ago.
Yeah.
Phyllis, congratulations, because
And we still exist.
that's what I mean. That's the congratulations, because nothing lasts
That's
that long.
something, yeah.
So as we were talking, I have this verse that just came to me when you were telling me your story of when God asks you to do. This is kind of like your theme for, and there's so many instances in the Bible, but I had just made this point with my grandson who happens to live in Berlin yesterday, and in Matthew chapter 9, it's written. It says, as Jesus went from there, he saw a man named Matthew, and he said, follow me. And Matthew got up and followed him. That's all it says. And I thought, that is a significant verse that doesn't say that much, except that Matthew didn't question, and he just did what Jesus asked him to do.
And didn't say no.
In your life, don't you have a similar, he asked you to do something, did you have doubts or what?
I brought my mother to Laguna Woods, and she was living here, and I was serving Women's Connection in Corona Del Mar. I lived in Huntington Beach.
You did, okay.
Raising my children. And I said, Mother, I understand that they're going to organize a Women's Connection in Laguna Woods.
So that's what it was called then?
Women's Connection.
Okay.
And I said, I want you to come and participate, because she was a pianist. And I said, you could play the piano for them, because she made her living with piano.
Oh.
So we came to the meeting. Now, these girls come out from Kansas City. They don't know anybody, because our main headquarters are in Kansas City. And they come out and
because it's a national organization?
National, all over the world.
I see.
We're international.
Wow.
International. So they come and they walk around seeing who they can ask to start this club. They don't know anybody. So I went home that night and my phone rang and they said, this is Christian Women's Club calling you. Would you consider organizing our club?
Now, were you in Leisure World or Huntington Beach?
Huntington Beach.
Huntington Beach.
And I was teaching preschool and going to college, very busy, and had 3 children. And so I turned to my husband and I said, do you think I could organize that club? Now, if he had said no,
wow,
I wouldn't have done it.
Yes.
And he said, well, I don't see why you can't. So I was the first chairman. I didn't know anybody to get my treasurer and secretary, but the Lord provided. And we started out, and that's how, but I'm not even finished my story.
Because you said yes.
From that experience of saying yes, we moved, we opened up a gift store where along the drugstore is right now. When the mall came in, they weren't there. When the mall came in, we sold our store and said, what do we do? Well, we went into real estate. And we've been selling houses in Laguna Woods for 40 years.
Now, that's aside from the Christian Women's Club.
But still, we wouldn't be there. We would never have done that if we hadn't come and served Christian Women's Club.
Yes.
And today, our children run.
And it's called Heflin.
That would never have happened.
It's called Heflin Real Estate.
Well,
I believe,
we're the Heflin Group. We work for Premier. But you know what? That would never have happened if I hadn't said yes to serving the Lord. We wouldn't be here.
I know, and I'm so thankful, and I'm thankful for your business too. Going back, so Phyllis, when you started, how, were there clubhouses then?
Oh, yes.
In Laguna Woods?
Oh, yes.
So where did you meet?
Oh, we met in one. In fact, we met at Manning's restaurant, which is no longer here. We met in restaurants. That's where we usually would have it.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
we'd have a luncheon, and so we usually met in a restaurant. But
So,
now we meet in the clubhouse.
so at some point you decided, I don't know if it was because you had too many people or it just was better to
It
be
was
in
handier,
a. Okay. So
handier.
now you meet in Clubhouse 7,
Hmm.
and it's, remind me of what day of the month.
It's the second Tuesday of the month, and we have
Clubhouse
a
7.
wonderful speaker. We have a special singing or whatever, and we have a wonderful luncheon. Wonderful luncheon. Now it's $14, but that's money well spent
Totally.
because you're fed spiritually and physically,
Yeah.
and you meet so many wonderful friends.
Well, it's a great way to, so often uh, we all enjoy, or many of us enjoy our churches
That's right.
and our friends,
That's right.
but this is a combination of people from various churches.
In fact, we asked
Or
them.
even no churches. I mean, no
Yeah.
church. You don't
In,
have to go to a church to go to this, I'm
in fact,
sure.
we asked them, don't mention churches.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
when they
That's
come,
excellent, though.
yeah, when they come, they just come for the fellowship, but they hear the word.
Yes.
They hear the word.
Well, you know that I totally believe that God works through the other churches. I think we've had about 5 different pastors from churches around
That's right.
Laguna Woods on this show.
Mhm.
And I love every time that they come on, and I always, ask them, what's happening at your church and so on. So we build up each other, and I'm glad to do that. But in your case, you actually go the other. We're just not even going to talk about, because
But they,
honestly,
yeah,
every church has something good.
but they hear the word.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's where you meet. A lot of these women come, they're new to the area, and they
Yes.
don't have a friend. And they come to our luncheon and they meet people. And we all need a friend, right? And
Totally.
they meet wonderful friends. And our goal this year is to reach 1 million women because women are the backbone of our community. They're the
Yeah.
backbone of our everything, and we want to reach these women for the Lord.
Yes.
And I've had so many of them come to me and say, "Oh, I'm so glad that I came just to investigate." It's a wonderful organization.
When we, at one point in our life, I was transferred with a company that I was with back
Hmm.
to a city called Easton, Pennsylvania.
Hmm.
We were born and raised here. This is all I knew, and so on. So now we're in Pennsylvania. You know what it is? It was Christian Women's Club that Diane went to
Hmm.
as a new.
Years ago.
That was 40 years ago for
See,
us,
I know.
and that's how we got established. And
Hmm.
and eventually, the
Hmm.
Lord used us, and we said yes, and we planted a church there. That's still
And
that
look
church is now
and look at you
35 years old.
now.
I know.
I
Well,
mean,
fortunately, I'm back in California.
but God
But
uses
I,
you.
I love it here. But, Phil, I love your story. I love that you
Yeah.
said yes to the Lord.
Hmm.
So, how do you find who's the speaker, though?
Well,
Is
we
that
have
vary
we
each
have
month,
we
or?
have a list of speakers. And in fact, one of our wonderful friends, Barbara, is be speaking at our next meeting, and her mother lives in Laguna Woods, and she'll be speaking. And they have
Fantastic.
and then we have special music.
Yeah.
Like last month, we had Hawaiian, so we all wore
You
muumuus,
guys have too much
and
fun. That
oh, we
shouldn't be
do. We
allowed.
have a wonderful time.
Well, Barbara has been on this show.
Mhm. So you know Barbara.
She done 2 shows on
Well,
this.
she'll be speaking
She's
at our
great,
club.
Laguna
Yeah.
Woods. You'll enjoy it, and she has a lot to say.
Hmm.
I love Christian women. Call the number that's at the bottom of the screen.
Right.
Make your reservations for next Tuesday. God bless. Have a great day. We're going to have Phyllis back tomorrow.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much for
Bye.
having us. And don't miss out on our club.